Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
in life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
We are champions of the character.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
A builder.
I coach.
Culinary arts.
Auditor. A firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official, just go for it.
Take the plunge, open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyes2officiating.com.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
sunny Kingsport, Tennessee, and inside of the Kingsport Aquatic Center, about to get underway with our coverage of the Thursday finals. Gabriel Fry here, glad you're along with us for the ride. And joining me as we get started today is Commissioner of the Appalachian Athletic Conference, Bill Pop. Coach Pop, glad you're with us. A really good one in store.
Good to see you. Thank you for all you do for us, first of all, in the conference. I know you are a busy man, and we appreciate your commitment to our broadcast for sure.
Thrilled to be here as always. Some really good action, and I know the conference is excited about this. Visit Kingsport is excited about this. So many great athletes in the water. What has it meant to the conference to provide these events?
This place right here has been a godsend for the conference, and it started a few years back. Obviously, they built it, and John Sullivan worked with Frank Lett here in Kingsport, and this place with Madison and her staff running it and helping us navigate all the pitfalls of a pretty big swim meet has just been phenomenal, and our conference is so glad to be a part of the Kingsport family for sure.
Well, we're going to start hot today. We've got a big lineup of events coming up to kick us off for the finals. You're telling me these introductions are what we've been waiting for,
We have
right?
a lot of fun here with our introductions. I think leaders or highest finishers from the timing standpoint get to choose their walkout songs, and it'll be right below you here, and great with the anthem to start it all off here with a local group that comes out and displays the colors for us, and then we get cranking, and we do have a lot of fun. It gets a little loud in here and a little crazy.
I was told it's going to get very loud today.
Yeah.
This is a look at your events lineup. The 200-yard medley relay will start us, then the 500-yard freestyle, 200-yard individual medley, the 50-yard freestyle, and the 800-yard freestyle relay follows that. That's our first 5 of the Thursday finals.
Exciting first day for sure. I know they had prelims this morning and some timing swims, and so we're excited for to get started with the championship here, and a good 3 days right now for us for sure.
It was good action. You could tell everybody was into it, and even though it was the first day of the tournament, kind of early in the morning, right, early start, everybody was feeling it.
I think swimmers are so used to early mornings. Their energy is so much different than some of us that don't have to do that for
That's
sure.
why I don't swim. I could never, can't get out of bed that early. Mentioned this during our earlier coverage, but Milligan is looking to build on what's been an incredible AAC run. 4 straight titles for the men, 3 straight for the women. I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah, you'll see it in a minute. Their talent in the pool is exceptionally good. I will say, starting last year, we started to see a few other teams creep up on them a little bit and find some spots, but I think Milligan would probably be disappointed if we didn't say they were the favorites right now. And so we'll see, though. Got to swim it still, right? Still got to swim the races.
Probably fair analysis that they're the favorite. 597 points, though, for the Union Commonwealth Bulldogs last year, so that's a very good point. And you can see it even in the preliminaries of day one. The Bulldogs are looking good.
That's what we noticed. That is definitely what we noticed. So I think we'll see a little bit more of that tonight. Everybody, when you have a really, really good program like that, everybody is striving to reach that program. And that's really helped us. I mean, that's going to help us get competitive in this league for sure.
And I know you have that in a couple of sports. What other sports in the league are having great moments right now? I know you're going to indoor track after this.
Yeah, again, Milligan, Monterey, have really dominated a lot of the indoor track events with others. Again, same kind of thing, building toward catching those folks that have been winning the championships. And we're going over to Winston-Salem at the indoor track facility over there, who's been another great partner for us. That'll start Monday, Tuesday, actually. So, yeah, back-to-back championships this week.
This conference has grown so quickly over the years. And since you've taken the helm, it seems like it's exploded. You and Jay Stansel do an amazing job. What has been the cornerstone of that growth, and is there more growth you can tease now? I know we've got a new conference member coming next year, but
Spartanburg Methodist will be our next member. I think we're going to have the anthem, and we'll get back to our conference. But Spartanburg Methodist comes in next year, and nothing really new, but just really building on the experiences right here.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Back in Kingsport, Tennessee, the Kingsport Aquatic Center, it's the Appalachian Athletic Conference Swimming and Diving Championships for 2025. Gabriel Schrei, Madison Gump, and Coach Bill Popp with us getting started for this one. Really good coverage. Excited to have you along for the ride for what promises to be a thrilling set of finals to this first series of days.
Gabe, now that she's on, I can thank her personally for the partnership. Madison, thank you so much for hosting us all these years, but even in recent years, making it so much more special for us. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us host you guys. It's always a fun time to have you guys come here in February. We all look forward to it. So we're excited for this weekend and to see some really fast swims. We had some fast swims this morning, a broken record in the 50 for men's. So we're looking at, a couple broken records, possibly some national cuts moving forward this weekend.
Good to hear. That's exciting.
A little Kendrick Lamar for the walkout song. I like it.
I told you it's exciting. This is the fun time. We really like this.
So coming up here, we have the 200 medley relay for women's. It looks like that Milligan will be in lane 4. It's their A relay, bringing in that top-seeded time there of a 1:48.19. Possibly close to that meet record. Meet record right now is a 1:47.16, so they might be able to catch it. It will be an interesting swim to see tonight, and how they lead this finals off with. And Union, looking at Union's time, they're not far behind either. So it might be a good little battle that we have here with Milligan and Union for this first relay kicking off tonight's finals.
Well, that brings up a good point. So when you're going against an opponent that's been as dominant as Milligan has been year after year after year, how do you keep up with them? How do you compete?
Absolutely. So, Union is definitely going to be chasing Milligan all weekend. They have some, swimmers that are top seeded tonight, and they're going to chase them down. They're going to battle with Milligan to see if they can catch them, especially with them having those 2 divers that help them a little bit. So it will be interesting to see what they can pull out tonight.
How important would you say these first couple of events are here tonight in these finals?
The first couple events are going to be really important. It's going to kind of set that stone with what tonight's going to be. If we go out fast, if they go out really good, it should be a really good night. We want to see, no disqualifications starting this off. That always kind of runs some nerves if you have those disqualifications to start out with. So hopefully we won't have any of those, but they're getting in and they're going to get started here in just a second.
Only one heat in the finals. WVU Tech in lane 2, Bernal in 3, Milligan in 4, Union in 5, the Koalas of South Carolina in 6, and Bernal in 7.
It looks like somebody left a bungee cord in lane 6, probably from practice, that they're taking care of real quick.
It happens.
And then it looks like in lane 5 right now, they're going to relax them. In lane 5, they're having some issues with that backstroke wedge coming off. It looks like the ratchet strap just loosened a little bit, so they want to get that tight for him to where she can pull that out. Those backstroke wedges actually help them be able to grip onto that wall. The touch pads make it a little slick, and it's hard to get your feet positioned correctly on that pad if you don't have that extra grip on that wedge. So we want to make sure that she has a fair chance of being able to use that wedge tonight. So it looks like they're going to fix that real quick for her. Make sure it's sturdy up against that wall.
Gabe, tell me we just didn't learn something that there's no way we could know.
She's incredible, isn't she? I don't know how you learned that much.
I grew up swimming. I've been in it for a while. I'm going on my 6th year working here in my position, so I've had some years of experience.
We're underway.
And now we're just looking to see, can Union just shake off that kind of nervous start that swimmer had, not being able to get that wedge set. Did it impact her mentally or not? Looks like they're going to pull forward with it. Bernal's coming into lane 3. She's holding her own as well there.
This one just tightened up a little bit again here. Into the third leg.
Bulldogs and Golden Tigers are deadlocked right now. Look at that.
Yep. It's going to come down between them to that last 50 freestyle for sure. And Milligan still might have that possibility of catching them. That's where it gets really interesting. If they don't get off the block fast enough, they can definitely be caught.
Slight advantage to Union.
Milligan had a really good reaction time on that one.
So good.
And can they hold that? Really good swims.
What a finish for the Bulldogs.
That was a good finish for Union. Definitely bringing home that first place seed in that relay with a 1:47.92. So barely just under that record time, but still that was a great swim by them to set tonight with a good start.
Wow, is that more than 2 seconds faster than their preliminary swim today?
Yeah.
Right? All right.
Super impressive. We'll get another quick look at the events. The 500-yard freestyle following the 200-yard medley relay. 200-yard individual medley follows that. The 50-yard freestyle, and then the 800-yard freestyle, getting us started in the finals.
I'm going to stick for one more relay, Gabe, and then I'm going to have to go do my other duties, which is hang medals on necks.
Hey, that's a good job to have.
Not
Everybody loves
job.
to see that guy coming.
Oh, yeah.
Be sure to connect with the Appalachian Athletic Conference on social media at AAC Sports. Visit aacsports.com for all the latest AAC news. Getting ready for our next event now in Kingsport as they are entering the venue. There's the walk.
We have the 200-yard medley relay for men's coming in right now. Looks like Milligan again holds that top seeded time for tonight with a 1:30.55. And then again, Union coming in right behind them with a 1:31.25. Right now that meet record is at 1:31.30. So again, we should see a meet record broken during this event, which will be exciting.
Columbia will be in lane 2, WVU Tech in lane 3, Milligan in lane 4, Union in 5, U-Pike, the Bears in 6, and WVU Tech in lane 7 as well.
Championship final for event number 6, men's 200-yard medley relay. In lane 2, Columbia.
Is there any way this can be as competitive and fun as our first?
It could be, yes. Union and Milligan are going to be close. And again, those outside lanes, you just never really know what they're going to do. In other meets, did they go a little bit slower to kind of play with the mental state of these other swimmers? And they might just come out and impress all of us here in a little bit.
This could be our chance to see our first record fall.
Yes.
.147, 16/10 of a second, the time to beat. And it certainly is very much in jeopardy.
It is.
By about a quarter of a minute.
Yep.
I would say it's basically toast as we get started in Kingsport. Couldn't be closer than it is in those central lanes. Do you have any idea what's going on around you, Madison, while your head's under the water?
Yeah, I mean, some of us as swimmers, we will look out of the corner of our eyes and use our peripheral vision to kind of see where our opponent is in the water, just so we can either chase them or stay ahead of them. So they're definitely aware of who's around them and how far behind they're getting, or how far in the lead they are as well. Milligan is definitely going to try to hold this one tight right now to make sure that he doesn't lose that lead for going into this 50 freestyle here.
Massive lead for those Buffs.
WVU is going to try to catch Union possibly if they can have a good breakout, good freestyle. It looks like Milligan's going to secure that lead, possibly get a record there.
Wow, what a showing.
With a split time for that 50 free with 1984, that's awesome, that's impressive. Yep,
nice
and
record.
A broken meet record with a 129.60.
Outstanding.
That's incredible. When you shave a full second and a half, 2 seconds off of a conference record like that, how do you get there? Is it just you're that much more physically dominant in the water itself, or is it execution?
It's a little bit of everything. I mean, these swimmers have probably been tapering up for this meet. Depending on their coach, they might be tapering for, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, kind of setting that, just tone for the meet. And also just the atmosphere here today, too. They know that they're going to have to swim fast, and they want to swim fast. This is also a very fast pool that they're swimming in right now. So that's also giving them that little extra just ability to swim fast, and being able to drop a whole second off of a swim like that is very impressive.
All right, guys. Well, that's the call for me to go do awards. Appreciate the time on the air today. I might come back.
Please,
okay.
Anytime. Coach Bill Popp, thank you so much for being with us, and enjoy handing out awards. We'll be talking about you. That is the commissioner of the Appalachian Athletic Conference, Bill Popp, who is with us. Now it's just us.
Yeah, it's
all
just
alone.
us.
I love Bill. He's the best.
He is the best. We're going to get into awards in just a little bit. We'll be doing awards, I believe, for the diving for 1 meter. And then we should also be doing awards for that 200-yard medley relay for both men's and women's that we just saw a little bit ago. And then we will be getting ready for our 500-yard freestyle finals coming up very soon.
Well, I'm excited. I know you're excited. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have full coverage of the awards and more. back in Kingsport, and we now throw it to the floor and alongside the pool to the man who was just on air with us, Bill Popp, the commissioner of the AAC, for some award presentations. Quick photo op and a look at your upcoming events as they dish out those awards. We're on awards break 1.
And now your 2025 AAC champions for the women's 200-yard medley relay. In third place, Milligan University.
Milligan finishing in third, being honored by Coach Bill Popp. Chase Stansel on the floor as well for this. Following this awards break, as you just saw, we'll get into the 500 freestyle, starting with the women.
In second place, Grinnell University.
Golden Tigers finishing second.
And in first place, a team consisting of Lucé Toussaint, Emma Phillips, Monka Petrick, Dory Joza, with a final time of 147.92, Union Commonwealth University.
The Bulldogs taking the win. Congratulations to them. Celebrating in well-deserved style. Turned out to be a beautiful day in Kingsport. Next events are those 500 meters, followed by the 200-meter medley and the 50 freestyle, women and men. Great photo ops, great award presentation by the AAC and Coach Bill Popp. You love to see these athletes be able to celebrate after a year of very hard work, dedication to such a physically demanding sport. The women's 500-yard freestyle, when we return, will have 2 heats. The men's as well. A little more work to do in trophy time.
And the results for your 2025 AAC champion for men's 200-yard medley relay. In 3rd place, West Virginia Tech. In 2nd place, Union. And in 1st place, a team consisting of Paxton Smith, Caleb Fry, Josh McConey, and Stephen Gilbert with a meet record of 129.60 Milligan.
Congratulations to Milligan's Buffs. Well-deserved honors as part of the 2025 Swimming and Diving Championships for the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Will they get their photo op in? Just a reminder, you can connect with not only the Southeast Sports Network, but Visit Kingsport on social media. Visit Kingsport does such an excellent job, and I always enjoy my stays here. I can't encourage you enough to check out visitkingsport.com and connect to them on social media for all things happening in Kingsport. And of course, free sports news, highlights, and more at SESN Sports. While we're between awards, a little more on Kingsport. So many things to do, see, play, drink, experience, eat, ride. It's a fun place. Brickyard Park on your screen. There are so many things to do. You have to check out visitkingsport.com. From the park we're at, that's a photo of the outdoors during the summertime, to constant concerts, events, shopping, fun, food, family activities downtown, you name it. Visitkingsport.com. Get out here, experience it for yourself. I mean, there's motor racing, you name it. We're not even 25 minutes from Bristol Motor Speedway. You can hike to the top of the most beautiful mountains you've ever seen. Tons to do. And we're almost ready to get back underway with the 500 meter in Kingsport.
Women's 500-yard freestyle. Mr. Referee.
This is the women's 500 freestyle. And we're off. In lane 2, it's Pedra. She's out of Columbia College. DiMaggio in lane 3, Del Rinkin in lane 4, Mousty in 5, Hodges in 6, and Smith in lane 7. This is a true test of endurance, a long event. Building a nice lead for herself. And gets the strong turn with it. That's the Milligan buff. Just can't shake those two beside her. Such a long test of endurance. The record time for the AAC, 5 minutes, 4 seconds, 33/10 of a second. Our current time, 1 minute, 25 seconds. Another nice turn, but she could be in danger. This continues to be a really good battle in lane 3, 4, and 5. Del Rinkin, the Union Bulldogs, seeking to overtake. And right in that mix of those three, DiMaggio. All three freshmen. Kylie Mousty started off in the lead, but being chased down and overcome. That's about our halfway mark. Following the turn. We cross into 3 minutes. Gets some nice footage on the turn. Really putting together a very good lead. Madison Gump back in the booth with me. This Bulldog comes from behind. It wasn't like she was way behind, but a full body length behind to start the race. And now she's pulling away.
And she's pulling away, yeah. And we'll see that throughout the 500s here, where, you know, they just start to get tired. Maybe they went out a little bit too hard. You know, they took that first 100, 200 too fast, and they're starting to feel it and fatigue. But she's doing good. She has a good lead on the other swimmers at this point. Milligan in lane 5 next to her, and then also Bernal is next to her in lane 3. So if she can hold that, she should be good going into the last couple of laps here for this 500.
4.5 minutes gone.
She has 100 left, so we're going to see them be picking it up here as they finish this, bringing it home.
That's incredible conditioning.
It is. You have to have a lot of endurance. Distance swimming is something completely different than sprinting. They're unique in themselves. You have to be able to just pace yourself, you know, stay focused the whole time. Not go out too fast, but not go too slow either. And just be able to hone in on that specific swim. and she's going to bring it home here. This is the last lap she's doing. You'll see that red card go in at the end.
That is unbelievable.
She'll probably be pretty close to her seated time here. Her seated time is a 5:47.14, so we'll see what she can put up on that board as she comes into the finish. She definitely dropped some time from her seated time for sure. Milligan coming in second, and then Emily in lane 3 from Brunel coming in third. 5:40.96 in lane 4. She dropped about 7 seconds, which, again, to do that in a 500, it takes some effort for sure. And you can tell her sitting on the side there that she is definitely feeling it. She's definitely tired. And I'm just tired watching her.
You're not kidding. The butterfly during prelims about killed me. I had to go take a nap after watching that.
Same, yep.
That's rough. Here are your officials for the finals. The gentleman writing results on the table might be my favorite official. He's been clapping for the walkouts, which I think is very fun. Very nice guy.
Yes, that is Bruce. Bruce has been in swimming. He did some of the meets that I swam in as a little kid, so he's a joy to have up here. He helps us every year. He's our starter for tonight and for the rest of the weekend, and he does a great job at it. He's very, very good at starting. He's done some national meets, high-ranked meets, so he knows exactly what he's doing, and he does a great job.
That's first class. You know, it doesn't matter what the sport is, but a lot of times you see officials get sucked into letting their emotions run high in a bad way. And there's nothing more enjoyable for me than seeing an official who's just having fun with everybody else. And that's what Bruce is doing.
Absolutely, yes. He's here for the swimmers. His passion in swimming is just getting people into it, being able to let these athletes do what they do best, and that's swimming, and that's what he's here for. He's able to support the swimmers and support the community and East Tennessee, and we appreciate him coming all the way up here this weekend.
500 freestyle continues. This is the first heat of the men. We're only going to have 5 lanes. A sophomore from Milligan, Burnett in lane 2. A sophomore from WVU, Peters in lane 3. Torok, the freshman from Union for the Bulldogs, going to be in lane 4. In lane 5, it's Goins out of U-Pike, the Bears. And in lane 6, Johnson, the sophomore for the Koalas of Columbia. Am I confused? Did we just do the walkout at the wrong time?
No, we're good. So we are actually going into our heat 2 of women's 500-yard freestyle. This is our fastest heat for the women. So we'll do them first, and then we'll go on to the men's first. So
the walkout foiled me. I thought they were for sure starting right away.
I know. So with our consolation heat for swimming, you just start them. They don't walk out for the first heat, so that B final won't walk out, but our A finals will walk out tonight. Some meets do it differently. That's how we're going to do it this weekend.
I just guessed we were going to flip. So this is heat 2 of the women's 500 final. That means the freshman in lane 1 is Furman. She's out of Brunel, the Golden Tigers. Brady in lane 2, a freshman from Milligan. Another freshman from Milligan, Williams in lane 3. A junior from Milligan, Renaud in lane 4. Petrick in lane 5, a freshman for the Bulldogs out of Union. A Golden Tiger in lane 6, it's Bukowska. Jimenez in lane 7, a sophomore for the Bulldogs of Union, Kentucky. And Wenham, the freshman out of Milligan, in lane 8. And we're off.
I'm interested to watch lane 4 and lane 5 right now. That individual in lane 4 is from Milligan, and she's a junior. And then we have lane 5 from Union. She's actually a freshman, and right now lane 5 is actually seated second in NAIA, completely total. Out of all the swimmers in the NAIA conference, she's placed second. in the 500-yard freestyle. So I'm interested to see what she can do tonight. She definitely had a slower time this morning, so we should see a faster swim here at finals. So I'm interested to see what she does and what she pulls out tonight.
Second in the league, that's impressive.
It is impressive.
Riley Renaud, the fastest this morning. Monka Petrick, the freshman, number 2 in the country, looking to come through with a hot time in lane 5. So far this morning is holding true.
It is. We're doing good right now. You know, we haven't had any disqualifications in any of our races. We've had some really good swims, some good relays that started us off. We even had a broken meet record. So, you know, with this first final for an individual event, you know, they're kind of setting the tone for these individual events. So we'll see what these girls can bring out tonight.
Knock on wood on the disqualifications.
And right now what we're looking at, so for to keep a pace, when we're looking at a pace for 500, you know, we're sitting, Milligan, lane 4 is sitting right now at a seated time of 5:13.58, and then lane 5 is sitting at a 5:17.79 for their seated time. And for a 500, to get to that 5:13, we want our hundreds to be around a 1:02. That's a quick 100. That's a fast 100. So they are still sprinting this. They are sprinting 20 lengths of this pool for 5 minutes, which is a lot to do.
I'm not sure if you mentioned it already. The record time for this event, 5 minutes, 4 seconds. We're at 2.5 minutes right now. And so far, that lead holding strong. When do you typically see endurance start to play a factor?
So whenever you get past that 200 mark, you're going to definitely see that endurance kick in. I mean, these swimmers have been practicing 500. They've probably been swimming, you know, thousands. Some of them might even be swimming, you know, the 1650 coming up as well the next couple of days. So we will see them probably swimming more than just this 500. It's probably their focus is distance. But at that 200 mark, we definitely will be seeing that endurance kick in at this point. And hopefully lane 5 can keep that body length ahead. It looks like Milligan might be pulling a little bit closer to her, closing that gap. So these next couple laps will definitely be important to see who can come out on top tonight.
3:40 on the clock. And these two both feel like they're speeding up to me.
Yes, they are definitely, they can feel it. They can feel how close each of them are to each other. So they know that they're going to have to pick that pace up and kick it in gear, hopefully kicking a little bit more long strokes. And even lane 6, though, I mean, lane 6 is holding her own as well. She has 3rd place in a pretty good spot right now, so we might be able to see lane 6 pull through and get podium for 3rd place.
Bukowska, the Golden Tiger, is in lane 6. 4 and 5 are significant battle as the junior from Milligan, Riley Renaud, and number 2 in the nation, the freshman, the Bulldog from Union, Monka Petrick. And we're down the back stretch in Kingsport.
Her last length, we're going to see lane 4 kick it into gear. She's going to sprint. They're both going to sprint this last lap going home.
Good turn, and it looks like that might have been the final chance to catch her.
Yep, it looks like she's going to be able to hold that body length. And as a freshman, being able to place first.
That's amazing.
At a conference championship meet for the first time is really great. She has another 3 years ahead of her. You know, she can do some stuff.
Super impressive finish. And just generally good grit from those 3, 4, 5, and 6, showing out.
Oh, yeah. And lane 5 pulled a 5:03.28. She broke that meet record, which I did not know if that was going to be possible, but we just had another meet record broken, which is just amazing to see. That meet record, the old one, was set in 2021. So it's been a couple years since it's been broken, but it was just broken now by Union.
That's amazing. Shaved off just over a full second from the record.
Yep.
Weird observation, rookie observation. Is it hard to hang out in the water while you wait to be signaled to exit? You're gonna be exhausted, right?
Yeah, you're exhausted. Most of the time, you honestly just don't want to get out. You just are like, I'm just gonna stay here for the rest of the day. Just jump over me. I'm just gonna take a nap.
So now we'll move on after a very, very impressive showing and a new meet record for Monka Petrick, the Union Bulldog, to Heat 1 of the men's 500. And I mentioned a little while ago they walked out, so I plugged them as they walked out. Thought we might be staggering. We are not. We are now moving on to that heat. These 5 in lane 2, it's Burnett from Milligan, a sophomore. Peters, a sophomore from WVU. A freshman in lane 4, Torok, a Union Bulldog. In 5, it's Goins from U-Pike, the Bears. In 6, it's Johnson, the sophomore from Columbia, South Carolina.
In lane 2, Milligan. In lane 3, West Virginia Tech. In lane 4, Union. In lane 5, Pikeville. In lane 6, Columbia.
In lane 2, we can see him pulling out with lane 4. We'll see what they can do both.
Do you have time to process and think while you're racing like this?
In a 500, honestly, whenever I would swim the 500, you just think of anything but swimming. Just think of anything but swimming, get you through the 20 lengths, and then you're done with it.
I'd be stressed. I'm stressed watching.
Oh, yes. I get stressed watching them. Some swimmers have different tactics. Some just don't think of it. You know, they sing a song in their head, they tell themselves a story, and then they're done with it. Some people think of every single movement that they're doing. It's just the way, you know, different people cope with different mechanisms and stress. It's very interesting to, you know, see the different types of ways that people will deal with stressful situations, especially in a 500. It's a long race. We'll see lane 4 definitely pulling out ahead.
Starting to establish a nice lead, almost 2 body lengths.
Yes. And lane 2's keeping up with him, though, about a body length from him. So hopefully he can hold that.
Is there a strategy there that we should keep our eye on? Do you purposefully trail for a while and then try to overtake at the end? Or is it, you know, I know I've already asked, can you really watch the other racers? And sometimes you can out of the corner of your eye, sometimes not.
Yeah, some swimmers hold back a little bit until that about 200 mark, 300 mark in a 500. And then they just put it all in for that last, you know, 200 that they have left. And it kind of catches the other swimmer off guard because they're not thinking that they could catch them. Some swimmers will take off right away, have a quick 200-300 yards, you know, build that lead to where they can't really be caught. So either way, right now, we might see Milligan here in a little bit be able to crank it up just a notch. He still has the ability to catch lane 4, for sure. He's made up some time, made up some body length.
4:36, the meet record time for the 500. Right now we're at 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
Good turn for lane 2 on that end. He's about half a body length now from lane 4, so we're definitely see him kicking up the notch of his swimming here.
Very, very close between 2 and 4. And again, that's Burnett from Milligan, the sophomore in lane 2, and in lane 4, it's the freshman, the Bulldog, Torak. How about that? Closing in on minute 4.
It's definitely going to be a close race now. Lane 2, Milligan has caught up to lane 4, so this last 100 is going to be a race down to the last bit of it. And that is always a stressful situation in a 500 because the last thing you want to have to do is sprint the last bit of it. You've already swam, you know, for 300 yards, 400 yards, and the last thing you want to have to do is sprint the very end. And it looks like he might pull out lane 2.
He's got him by a half a length. Here's the turn.
Well, now he's definitely going to overtake Union.
Wow.
That was a great turn and a great approach to it. I mean, he was definitely holding back there. He knew, you know, I don't want to expend all my energy at this point. I'm going to hold out for that last 100, that last 50, and then bring it home, and he definitely was able to do that.
Colin Burnett, the sophomore from Milligan, unbelievable come from behind victory. Take a look at him.
Final time was a 4:47.63 for lane 2, and then we had a 4:49.50, so definitely a good swim for Milligan there for Colin in lane 2. He did drop a couple seconds off of his seated time. His seated time was a 4:51.63. Really great job for Colin in that swim.
Super impressive stuff, and you don't want to discount the unbelievable effort and time put together by Torak either. The Bulldog really put together a great performance. Just a freshman, too, so he'll be back. I'm sure he can shave off a half a second between now and next year.
He has another 3 years ahead of him, so he will definitely, you know, as a freshman, being able to pull out a 4:49.50. He definitely has that possibility to continue to cut time, just focusing on, you know, specific things, pacing, kicking, breathing, all of that will go into it. And then hopefully he will make final heat the following years as he moves on in school.
Just beyond the 6-minute mark, finishing up our first heat of the men's 500. What was an incredible showing. And the second heat is promising to have some great times as well. I don't know if we'll have another race that tight. That was really unbelievable.
It was a good race. I'm interested to see. So in our final heat, you know, we have two Union swimmers coming in lane 4 and 5, and they're going to be close to that meet record. So we might possibly see another meet record here broken again tonight. And again, this is just the first night, so it will be interesting to see Friday and Saturday night as well if we continue to break these meet records.
How many meet records will make it out of the weekend?
I'm not sure. At this point, they might just sweep all of them out. We might just have a whole new record sheet.
And you can tell the Buffs are feeling it.
Yes, they are for sure.
So is Bruce.
Yes.
.500 freestyle, our next heat, making their way down and into position, and I'll give you the rundown on who that is. Any brief thoughts before the rundown on what to expect?
Yeah, so in lane 2, I do want to pick out lane 2 from Milligan. He's actually placed 9th in NAIA right now, overall in the 500. He's one that we're going to have to keep our eye on. He might be one of those that just comes out and we don't even see him coming, and he just blows us away. So we have to keep an eye on those end lanes there as well.
I feel a little blown away so far. We've seen some good times, and that was really, really good action in that last heat. I only hope we can have that much fun in this heat because that was a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Here's your rundown on who we're looking at. In lane 1, it's Harville, the senior from Milligan. 2 more from Milligan in a row, a freshman, Zedlak, a junior, Gilbert. Then 2 for the Bulldogs of Union, a freshman, Ezenyi, and a sophomore, Biad. Then a freshman and 2 juniors from Milligan. Roselle, Miller, and Salucci rounding out the 8 lanes in this heat. And you already talked about it, 9th in the league.
Yep, ninth in the league for lane 2. So lane 2 might bring us a good performance here on this 500. Lane 4 is ranked 12th. So both of them are ranked pretty high in the NAIA conference for the 500. So we will see a very good swim from the both of them hopefully tonight.
Abel, the freshman from Union, the Bulldog, the fastest time by 4 seconds in prelims, 4:37. The record time, 4:36.
And lane 4 is definitely close to that record time, just right under about a second. And they'll probably all stay in a pack for just a little bit. We're not going to really see them split off from each other much until we kind of get into the 200, 300 mark.
Lane 2, 9th in the league. Lane 4, 12th in the league. And also the qualifying time leader, 4 minutes, 37 seconds. So far, he looks like it. The question is, will that endurance hold and prove strong? Obviously, probably so with a time like that.
Yes, and you know, lane 5's holding as well. And even lane 3, Milligan in lane 3, they're all holding pretty good body length from them. Good turns from all the guys as well. And Milligan has 6 swimmers in this event and in this heat. So Milligan has most of the lanes, but Union, I mean, they are in lane 4 and 5, so they're your faster seeds on this event. We'll see if they can hold those first 2 top spots tonight.
How do you build a program as successful as Milligan?
Years of experience. It takes years. It takes that trust. Spencer's been with Milligan for quite a few years now, and he started out with a small team, but he's been able to show that, you know, he's going to invest in his swimmers, and he's going to, you know, provide a good program for the school, and he trusts them as well. A lot of swimmers, you know, they want that coach that can trust and understand that they're not just an athlete, that they're also a student, and they have to balance that student life with their swimming as well. And Spencer does a really good job of doing both, and understanding that they also have lives outside of swimming. But he definitely is one that knows what he's doing. He knows how to create and build really great swimmers, and we can see that just by the program that he has. Right now, Milligan, for their rosters, he has 21 women on the roster, and then for his men's team, he has 31 athletes. So he has a big roster, over 50 athletes just on their swim team, which is a big team.
3 minutes, 20 seconds gone. The record, 4:36. Cooking out in lane 4. Look at him go.
Yep, he's definitely pulled out. And you can see that he's just turning up that speed now to make sure that he's not going to lose that lead. And it's going to come down, though, to second place. I mean, second and third place is going to be close between lanes 2, 3, 5, and 6. I mean, they're all just fingertip lengths from each other.
We are on record watch again for the 3rd time already. Way out in front, a big lead for Abel, the freshman from Union.
We're going to see this last lap coming in. good turn off the wall.
Malik Beard, the sophomore from Union, right now in second and trying to hang on to that lead by just inches.
It looks like lane 5 might pull it out. If he can hold that, he might be able to pull second.
Can the Bulldogs sweep this heat? Second place down to the wire. First is in the bag. Beard trying to stay ahead. Lane 2 pulling up. Who's got it? Photo finish. That could not have been closer.
Wow, lane 2 got third on that one. That was a good race. So we had lane 4 place first with a good lead, lane 5 placing second, and then lane 2 placing third. And I mean, that's by seconds, you know.
That's incredible. And the Bulldogs do sweep the event from the Buffs by just inches with that lane 5 finish. Really impressive stuff, digging deep. Malik Beard, the sophomore, joining the freshman from Union, Abel, as they take the event together.
And it looks like we did have another meet record broken in lane 4 with a time of a 4:35.64. Again, another second cut from that meet record. Again, we might just have to make a whole new meet record sheet for this swim meet.
It's starting to feel like it. And Abel, again, I can't stress this enough, just a freshman.
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
3 years. He might break his meet record next year.
He's probably going to every year.
Yep.
Won by a body length and a half. Ready to move on to our next event. Women's 200-yard heat 1. In lane 2, it's the senior Bohr out of WVU. Also a senior out of WVU in lane 3, Arenas. A sophomore, Bus, out of Columbia College in lane 3. In lane 5, it's Barrett, the freshman, Golden Tiger. In lane 6, Shayavana Jr., also out of Columbia College, a Koala. And in lane 7, Horwitz, a freshman, a Golden Tiger.
And with the 200 individual medley, they have a 50 butterfly, a 50 back, a 50 breast, and then a 50 free. So their focus and discipline is going to be all strokes. They have to be able to swim every single competitive stroke very well. They're going to have stronger ones, and then they're going to have their weaker ones. But overall, I mean, they're disciplined in all 4 competitive stroke, which is really, really hard to do as a swimmer. And we'll see lane 4 definitely has the lead right now, but lane 5 is not far behind. A freshman from Bernau.
And it's interesting to think how having to change strokes is going to affect your game.
Yes, yeah, they definitely know which strokes are their weaker ones, and then they also know which ones that they're able to, you know, ramp up on. They know it's going to be fast. They don't have to worry about it. So, you know, they're thinking of that. Their game plan is, you know, I need to break out faster for this one because I know this is going to be a little bit slower. And just also swimming with these swimmers, they're also, you know, building of, hey, what is she going to be good at? Is she going to be a good breaststroker? Because like right now, we're seeing lane 5 pull out on breaststroke. So it's going to come down to freestyle to see who's going to be able to place first in this heat. A good race for our first 200 IM of the night between lane 4 and lane 5. Will it be Columbia or will it be Bernau?
Bus and Barrett, neck and neck, fingertips again. 2 heats in a row. 5 just down in front. Barrett trying to finish strong.
She's gonna get it. Lane 5. And see, that's where, you know, you just never know where you're at with, you know, the 200 IM. She had a really great, strong breaststroke, and she was able to pull forward, and that's the interesting part with the IM is just you just never know what their strong swim is going to be.
Very, very impressive finish. So if you know what your weak swim is and your strong swim is, obviously they all do you use more energy on your weak swim so you gain time there, or on your strong swim so you get ahead?
I think it depends on swimmer preference. I know whenever I swim 200 IM, I am not good at breaststroke. It is a hard stroke to swim. I got the weak knees. But I always had to put more effort out on the butterfly, the backstroke, to where I could stay ahead. That way they wouldn't catch me on the breaststroke. But I actually had to put more effort in swimming breaststroke because I just wasn't good at it, you know? And then I had to crank it home for that 50 free and get back to the wall, so.
Got a pretty mean doggy paddle. We've had 2 really good finishes in a row. We've seen records fall already all throughout day 1. Can we keep the action going? My money says yes.
We have a close one, so right now our seated time, top time, will be in lane 4. It will be Emma from Union with a 2:11.15. Right now the meet record is a 2:07.74, so I'm not sure if she'll be able to break it, but you just never know. I mean, the way the night's going tonight, she might be able to.
Really good turnout. Good crowd on hand in Kingsport. Most of them off to our left. I'm not super good at guessing crowds, especially in an unfamiliar venue. I guess we're north of 500 minimum.
Yeah, we probably have about 500 people in this building right now.
From Union, Emma Phillips.
Gabriel Schrei, Madison Gump with me. Glad you're along with us for what's been really good action. It's the Appalachian Athletic Conference Swimming and Diving Championships for 2025.
Well, thanks for having me. I enjoy this time of year. This is when we get to do all and host all of our collegiate meets here.
The fans have no idea how lucky they are that you're here. Quick start. Looks like we've got another tight one on our hands.
Yeah, this one's definitely going to be close. I mean, our seated times, we have lane 4 and 5 that are super close, actually within hundreds of a second of each other. Lane 4 is seated at a 2:11.15. Lane 5 is seated at a 2:11.19. So again, hundreds of a second is splitting them at this point. So we should be able to see a very good swim right now. Coming on to the backstroke, they have a 50 back to go, followed by a 50 breast, and then a 50 freestyle.
Phillips
actually looking at lane 6 right now, she's actually pulled quite ahead. That's a Union swimmer, and if she can maybe keep that lead for this next 75, she might be able to place first. And we're gonna have a tight one because lane 4 is definitely gonna catch her, but lane 5's not far behind. This is gonna come down to the last little bit going into our 50 freestyle right now.
4, 5, and 6. Phillips is in 4. Ipen Chung in 5. Yosa in 6.
It's going to come down to the last touch at the end.
Great turn.
Who's going to be able to hold it? Wow.
Fingertips. Down to the wire, lane 4 looks like it. Right to the very end, another photo finish in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Wow, good swims from all 3 of those girls. Lane 4 coming in first lane 6 coming in second, and then lane 5 coming in third. And those were just hundredths of a second. Lane 4 came in with a 2:08.36. Lane 6 came in with a 2:08.37. So, I mean, that was fingertip touch apart. And those ones are always the ones that kind of just give us goosebumps when we're watching.
Super, super close finish, a lot of fun. So Emma Phillips takes the win, the sophomore from Union, and another Bulldog coming in second, Dory, the sophomore out of Union. Really, really nice finish for all three of them.
Consolation finals for event number 10, men's 200-yard line. Mr. Referee.
So you heard Taryn Christensen, Dr. Christensen, announcing the 200 consolation for men.
So we have another Union swimmer in lane 4. I have to say that Union is bringing some really fast swimmers this year. They've been working on their program. Coach Ryan has put a lot of work into growing their swimming program at Union, and he's doing a great job. I mean, they have been seated in the faster lanes 4 and 5 for this entire night. So if they can continue that, I have a feeling that they're going to, do very well with placement at the end on Saturday for team awards and even just individual awards in itself.
At any point tonight, do you become concerned if you're the Buffs?
It's hard to be concerned with Milligan right now because they just have so many swimmers, so they are outscoring the other teams because of the 50 plus swimmers that they have, versus Union right now's roster, they have 12 women and then 15 men. So, I mean, they have a decent sized roster, but you can't compare that to Milligan at this point. So I feel like that Milligan will still pull it out. In lane 1, we have a Milligan swimmer coming out of nowhere in lane 1. Ben
Tomberlin, the junior.
Yep, and that's why you always just gotta watch your side lanes. You just never know, even though he did have a slower prelim swim. Right now he's actually marked as exhibition, so this swim right now actually didn't gain their team any points. He just missed that mark for getting into finals and making points for his team. But I mean, that was still a great swim by him, no matter if he gained points for his team or not. I mean, that was a 1:59.43. Really good swim. We had lane 4, Union, coming in second at a 2:01.32. Again, dropped time from this morning, about 2 seconds from this morning.
Really impressive finish for those two. Ben Tomberlin, the junior from Milligan, taking the heat. And David Muniz-Espen, sophomore from Union, right behind him.
Now we'll get into our final heat for the 200-yard IM for men's as they walk out. I'm interested to see how Adam Roberts from Union, how he swims. He'll be in lane 4. He's actually placed second in the league right now. And he's a freshman from, he's a freshman from Milligan. So this will be a very interesting swim to see how he does. Again, we might see another broken record at this event here tonight.
After seeing so many in the first part of this first day, I can't imagine we're going to make it through the weekend without another few more broken records.
Oh, definitely, yeah. We'll definitely see a couple more records broken. It's very impressive that we have just so many records year to year broken. They just continue to get faster every year, and I'm just kind of like, when do they stop getting faster?
It's a great question. Talk about that a lot. the science of sports and the way that your average high school athlete trains today is far superior to an international footballer or an NFL football player from the 1920s, 1930s America.
Oh, yes.
Far superior.
I mean, even looking at the swimmers now, you know, whenever I was swimming, it's changed just the last 10 years. You know, the science behind the nutrition and, you know, actually taking in certain electrolytes throughout competition, eating, all of that just to be able to maintain the stamina in what you're getting ready to put out and that energy. So it's all very interesting to look at.
Jaden Lynch, the sophomore in lane 1, representing the Bulldogs. 3 in a row for the Milligan Buffs, a junior. Jack Allen, Stephen Gilbert in lane 3. In lane 4, a freshman, and also the lead qualifying time, Robert Adam. WVU's Trovesi in lane 5. And 6 from Milligan, it's Halloran. Nate's a sophomore. In lane 7 and 8, 2 more for the Bulldogs, a sophomore, Lehman, and a freshman, O'Mara. The referee getting us started in Kingsport. Heat 2 of the 200 final, and we're underway. These times from the prelims look very close to me.
They do. I think that we are going to get very close. In all these lanes, they're going to be sticking together. I will definitely be interested to see, can we break that meet record of 149.63? It's definitely possible. Good turns off of that butterfly onto the backstroke.
Those are some smooth strokes.
Lane 3 looks to be in the lead, but just by a fingertip length. All the 4 lanes, 3, 4, 5, and 6 still staying together in breaststroke. Definitely going to come down to that last 50 of freestyle to see who can pull it through tonight in the men's 200-yard IM. And West Virginia Tech is in lane 5. Hopefully they'll be able to pull out.
That is close.
Can they catch him?
The record, 1 minute, 49 seconds, 0.6 of a second. Down to the wire. Looks like he's got this in the bag. Finishes first, closely followed by his neighbor in lane 6.
Good swim by lane 4. Placing first was Milligan with a time of 150.60. Again, just a second off that meet record, but again, he's just a freshman. He still has another couple years to be able to come back and break that meet record. So not a bad swim from lane 4. Robert Adams, really good turnout. Lane 5 coming in second with a 151.44. Again, that's West Virginia Tech. So that was a good swim by them.
Xavier Trovesi right behind Robert Adam, the freshman. Couldn't agree more. Just a freshman. So much time left to come back and improve on that time, even improving by a full second from the prelims. So great job of pulling it together for the final and looking really, really good.
Absolutely, yes. That was some great swims. And we'll move on to our women's 50-yard freestyle here. Our first heat. This is the consolation heat.
A lot of competitors. In lane 1, Emily Haas, a freshman from Milligan. Another freshman, Leichty, in lane 2. In lane 3, a Golden Tiger and a freshman, Alves. In 4 and 5, 2 Union Bulldogs and a freshman, Liberty and Silvira. A junior in lane 6, Gavdrakapova. In lane 7, it's a sophomore, Golden Tiger, Horta, and in lane 8, Pease.
And it's going to be a close one. Looks like Union in lane 5 can bring it home.
Wow, very
and
close.
She does.
Right down to the wire in those central lanes. 4 and 5, neck and neck to the very finish. And this one taken by Silvira.
Yeah, in lane 3, they pulled it out with placing second in lane 3 by just a couple hundredths of a second there. Really great swims by all those girls. And now we will get ready for our final heat, which they're walking out now.
I remember this song. I feel like college-age students would not have been around for this song.
Well, this is the thing, is that they actually, the top-seeded swimmer gets to pick their song, and for some reason this year they just decided not to select a song, so the announcers are actually picking songs for them right now.
That tracks. The announcers are a little older than me. That tracks.
I'm just surprised that they didn't pick their own songs. This will be another close race between lane 4 and lane 5. Madison from Milligan in lane 4, and then Sophia in lane 5 from Bernal. They both are going to be within hundredths of a second of each other, so this will be a good race to watch.
Definitely excited for this heat. Another one that's guaranteed to come down to the wire. Heat 2 of the final in the 50-yard freestyle. Lane 1 is Aguirre, a senior from Milligan. Lane 2, a freshman, a Golden Tiger, Binns. 3 is Puisana, sophomore for the Bulldogs of Union. Akbari with that impressive preliminary time, 24.5 seconds. She's in lane 4, the sophomore from Milligan. In 5, it's Bell, a freshman for the Golden Tigers. 6 is Mahan out of Milligan, a senior, a freshman for Milligan. Paul's in 7, and Bellocchio, a freshman for the Golden Tigers, in lane 8.
In lane 6 from Milligan, Liz Mayhem.
Still introducing
In lane 3 from
the competitors over the public address system, Dr. Taryn Christensen.
In lane 5 from Bernal, Sophie Bell. And in lane 4,
So you're calling it lane 4, lane 5.
Lane 4 and lane 5 are definitely going to be close. They're going to be within hundredths of a second of each other, so it will definitely be interesting to who can get back on that wall first.
Ready to go in Kingsport, Tennessee. The 50-yard freestyle final for the women. We're off. Great entry, lane
Good
5.
start from lane 5. Lane 4 looked a little bit slower coming off that block, but lane 5 definitely had a lead going into that turn, but lane 4 had a really good, quick turn. She came off that wall. It's going to be a close one.
Photo finish, 4 and 5, right down to the wire. My goodness, could not have been closer for those two. Akbari, the favorite, did she get it?
Lane 4 brought it home with a time of a 24:32, and lane 5 got second with a 24:40. Again, hundredths of a second. I mean, that's fingertip lengths away from each other. That was a great swim from both of those, and all of the girls in that heat. Very nice job.
Madison Akbari, the sophomore in lane 4, takes it by hundredths of a second. Sophie Bell, the freshman for Bernal, the Golden Tigers, taking second. What a showing. And we move on quickly to the consolation final in the men's 50-yard freestyle. And the referee going to start us quickly. Bernardo, Deza, Fernando, Sapaki, Gavel, Merhout, George, and Siskart, lanes 1 through 8. 4 for WVU, 3 for the Union Bulldogs. Running furiously, it's down to 2 and 3 for the moment. Now a come from behind for lane 4.
All of them, it's going to be so close. We're not going to be able to tell until it's up on that board.
Wow.
Lane 2 bringing it home with a 22 flat. Again, those outside lanes, especially in the 50 freestyle, you just don't know what they're going to do. Had a really nice turn, had a really good start. He stuck with it, and he was able to bring it home. Michael from Milligan, he's a freshman again. Freshman this year, I mean, they're coming out strong.
Coming out strong isn't a strong enough way of putting it. They are lighting it up and saying the future of this conference in swimming is bold.
Yes, I would say that definitely the future of this conference is going to be interesting to see over the years as these freshmen continue to build their endurance, to continue to practice. Again, they will probably come back in future years and be able to break meet records and hopefully get into the final heat in the coming years. But very good job by lane 2.
Mateo Deza, the freshman out of Union.
Yep, very nice job.
Talk to me briefly, if we've got 2 seconds. It probably will take too long. We got to get to this 50, but maybe we can circle back about the measurement, because the time measurement has to be so specific. What is the piece of equipment like?
Yeah, so measuring the pool, we use a laser to be able to measure the pool to make sure where we do have a movable bulkheads. But we just aim that laser to the bulkhead. It gives us the length of it. We just make sure that that bulkhead is straight and it's square. It's not sitting crooked, and we have to do that before prelims and before finals to make sure that our pool is actually 25 yards.
A lot of work goes into getting everything right for an event like this. For the final heat in lane 1 for Milligan, Riley Gregor, a freshman out of Milligan in lane 2, Rinaldi, a junior from Milligan in lane 3, McConney. And the lead qualifying time in preliminaries by a half a second, a freshman for the Bulldogs of Union, Constable. We'll see what Enzo can do. In lane 5, it's Caleb Fry, a junior from Milligan, a sophomore from Milligan in 6, Paxton Smith. Another freshman out of Union for the Bulldogs, Toby Edwards in 7. In lane 8, Brumett, the junior out of Milligan for the Buffs.
And I want to focus in on lane 4. He's already placed 3rd in the league, so he already has an NAIA cut for nationals. This is going to be a really fast swim for him, and can he beat that meet record?
We're ready to go. The record, 20.54 seconds. There's the signal, we're off.
And again, he beat it this morning, so he should be able to beat the meet record that he made this morning tonight.
The turn looks like he's out in front as he surfaces. Fingertips. This is certainly down to the wire. It looks like he has it in the bag.
Wow.
What a finish.
Nice finish from lane 4, but if we look at that meet record time, I mean, hundredths of a second away.
Couldn't have been closer.
Just there, but again, he beat it this morning. We got to give him props for that, you know, and that was a great swim. He already has an NAIA record, so he will be going to nationals. He's placed 3rd in the league right now. I mean, he is a fast swimmer, and for him to be a freshman, again, he has another 3 years to build on that.
Enzo Constable, your victor in the men's 50-yard freestyle, with a time that wasn't as fast as his prelim. His prelim would have been a meet record for the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Really impressive stuff. Any quick thoughts, Madison, before we go to break? We just saw some really incredible performances.
Yeah, I think they definitely have set the tone for this weekend. I mean, it's going to be some really great fast swims, multiple meet records broken, multiple times have been dropped, maybe possibly personal best times, but what they are doing in this pool tonight is really setting the record for what's to come on Friday and on Saturday. So I'm interested to see if we can continue this, to continue the good swims here, and I'm excited for what we have coming up soon.
I am as well. Lots of good action yet to come after the break tonight. tomorrow and Saturday when we return the women 800 freestyle relay and the men's 800 freestyle relay. Those are going to be fun.
They're going to be fun. The relays always are one of the best parts about a swim meet, especially championship meet, because they can make or break points for that team, because for relays you're getting double points for your team. So we're doubling the amount of points for every single team that comes in first, second, third, fourth, and so on. So it's definitely important to have a relay team to be able to get on that wall, to be able to gain points to help the score of your team overall. So it will be very interesting to see this 800 freestyle in a little bit. That is a longer relay, so to also see it build from there, we'll see how they set it up.
I'm looking forward to it. A lot of good action yet to come. We'll break and return in just a moment with more action from Kingsport.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
in Kingsport and about to get back underway with more action in just a few moments in the 2025 Appalachian Athletic Conference Swimming and Diving Championships. Now, momentarily, I've lost Madison Gump. I'm Gabriel Fry. Glad you're with us for what's been really, really good action already, and we're just on day one. Excited to bring you more. We're going to have more in just a few moments as we continue our coverage. But for now, some awards being doled out alongside the pool and everybody getting in the quick photo op. We'll break and return with more in just a second on the Southeast Sports Network.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls, the endless echo of more than 10,000 caves, the serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Back, and we're about to get started with our next heat from Kingsport, Tennessee. It's the 2025 Appalachian Athletic Conference Swimming and Diving Championships. Gabriel Schrei, Madison Gump, and Coach Bill Pop along with us.
We are kicking off the women's 800-yard freestyle relay here. There is going to be a 4-swimmer relay, and it's going to be swimming 200 yards per swimmer. So again, 200 yards is a mid-distance. They have to have some endurance, and then they also have to be able to sprint for 8 lengths of a 25-yard pool. It looks like Union is in lane 4. We got Milligan in lane 5, Columbia in lane 6, and then Brenau in lane 3. It looks like Union right now is seated at a 7:42.07, and that's actually currently a broken meet record. So we'll see if they can do that again tonight and see if they can.
Every event we're like, it's going to be a broken record.
I know.
It's going to be a broken record.
Yeah, we're just going to get a new
No
record
doubt.
sheet next year.
No doubt. How many is it? 4? Is it 4 records so far?
I believe
Sounds
it's
right. You think 3? We're doing the math. We're already 70 seconds into this 800-meter relay. Looking very strong.
I believe it's either 3 or 4 broken meet records so far. And just the little of the swims that we've had, I mean, that's awesome. That's over half of the swims. Union definitely pulling out there. She's going to bring it home on a good lead. We'll see if leg number 2 can keep up that lead or extend that lead out for her. We have Bernal in second.
I see in prelim that Union was actually under the record.
Yep.
So they have a legit chance here of another one. Huh?
Full 2 seconds they
Yeah.
bested the record by. Now, we already had one heat of another event, and I said, oh, the record's toast, and they didn't break it. They broke it during the preliminary and not during the actual final.
That's right. Was that in the 50? Yeah, that's right.
That was the men's 50, yep.
That's right. What a fun day. I've had so much fun hanging around the pool deck, just talking to different student athletes, coaches. It's so much fun to be here.
I mean, any day you can hang out at the pool all day is a good day.
Right?
It is, yep.
Still just slowly building on that lead. One fingertip at a time, it feels like.
It looks like lane 3 and 4, though, are going to stay pretty close with about half a body length from each other. So they might be racing for the duration of this 800 relay. It looks like Bernau in lane 3 is catching lane 4 Union just a little bit.
Is the transition your most powerful tool in a relay to gain time?
Yes, that is one of the big things that we want to make sure that is done well. That execution of the swimmer coming in, touching that wall, and that swimmer on the block getting off the block at the appropriate time, because we don't want to see them leaving that block too soon. They could be disqualified for an early takeoff. So we want to ensure that they're not leaving that block too early. That swimmer's hand has to be on the wall before they leave, and that is what our judges on the corners are looking for, is those early takeoffs right now. And for the weekend, we are doing a dual confirmation, which means that 2 officials have to be able to see the same exact swimmer take off early, and if they don't have a dual confirmation, it doesn't count.
There's a look at the officials standing by, keeping an eye on things. looked like maybe the Golden Tigers lost a half a second on the transition right there as we're talking about it.
Yes, a little slow there for them, but again, they can always recover that with a good swim here. So it looks like lane 4 is going to continue to lead. But Bernau is staying in it. I mean, they're doing a very good job, staying about a body length away. And, in that last leg, that final swimmer could turn up the heat and just take off.
Continues to swim right there. You would call it just hanging right there, just about a body length. Madison, what would be the strategy? Would you send out your strongest swimmer first, or would your strongest swimmer be last?
So typically your strongest swimmer is actually seated third. They're going to be the third leg of that relay for the most part. You want to make sure, though, that your swimmer that has a really good dive and a good start is going to be first. That way they have a good reaction time off the block. But for the rest of your swimmers, your fastest seated swimmer for a 200 freestyle is probably going to be in third for a third leg, and then bringing it home with probably your second fastest going last, and then following up with that second swimmer.
And we're seeing a little kick here from Union.
We'll see how these relay takeoffs go. Good transition. Not too bad. So they definitely were on the wall. We didn't see any hands go up for officials, which is good. And this is our final swimmer for both Union and lane 3, or Union in lane 4 and Bernau in lane 3.
Really nice transition to start this leg. Why does your strongest swimmer sit in that third position in a relay and not your final or your first?
It's just the way that coaches have set him up. Knowing that third swimmer can really just take off and go and get that early lead for that last swimmer is super important. That way, when the last swimmer gets in the pool, they don't have to worry about catching up or getting in front or pulling ahead. They just kind of can sit pretty, put the work in, get it done, and get to the wall.
Right now, putting the work in lane 4. Look at the lead grow. Seven minutes on the clock in Kingsport, Tennessee. 7:44 the record.
Wow. One more lap to go. 4, 3, 4, and 5. Milligan coming in lane 5 as well.
Crushing it. Union Bulldogs at the turn, 7:32 on the clock. Just a couple of lengths behind the Golden Tigers, seeking second. Bulldogs, 7:42. Not going to snap the record, but an unbelievable showing. What a finish.
That was a good finish by the 4 girls in lane 4, and Bernau coming in second as well. And Bernau did not have a seated time, so a 7:54.77. I mean, not coming in with a time, it's a good swim. Maybe the girls have never swam together. They might have not had a 800 free relay. So just being able to put a time on the paper will be good for Bernau, to where they can then work to grow that time and get better throughout the season.
Madison, you called it a second ago. It's such a grueling race because it is more of a sprint with distance, as opposed to when you're just a long distance. You can save a little energy, save a little in the tank for when you're trying to finish. But this one's kind of an all-out all the time.
Yes, it is a hard one. You definitely have to have that endurance, but you also have to be able to sprint. It is mid-distance, and I am now tired after watching that race.
No doubt.
How do these athletes condition to be so incredibly in shape? What kinds of workouts do you do?
Yeah, I mean, some of these swimmers are doing 2-a-days. They'll do morning and afternoon. They're definitely in the weight room as well and lifting weights, just growing their muscle mass, their muscle endurance, cardiovascular workouts. You know, a lot of your mid-distance swimmers are doing 300s, 400s, 500s to build that endurance, but then they're also doing the 50s, 25 sprints, 100 sprints to be able to build that sprinting as well, to where they can just break out and go. But for a full 8 lengths of a 25-yard pool.
Nine and a half minutes, an impressive showing in the women's 800-yard freestyle relay. And the final event promises to be a barn burner. It's the men's 800-yard freestyle relay. And the times were pretty close qualifying, 6:48, 7 minutes flat. That could make for an interesting finale.
It definitely can. And Milligan will be in lane 4 with a 6:48.95. That is already a broken meet record. Can they hold that? We will have to wait and see what that looks like again for these men coming in for the 800-yard freestyle relay.
Gabriel Schrei, Madison Gump, Coach Bill Pop, glad you're with us. We're really enjoying the action as these guys make their way out for our final event of Thursday. So much left to come. Why is everybody coming back tomorrow? Tell me what to expect.
Yeah, so tomorrow we have some really good swims coming up. We will see some backstroke tomorrow. We also have a couple relays for finals as well. We have 400 IM. That will be a daunting event that we will see. We got some butterfly as well as some breaststroke. And then we also will come with the, I was so excited when I heard that there was 2 divers coming back. Diving is always interesting to watch, and just being able to see it in our facility is just really, really cool. It brings a uniqueness to this type of competition.
Running through the contestants, 5 represented, WVU Tech in lanes 2 and 3, Milligan in 4, the Buffs followed by the Union Bulldogs in 5, and the Koalas of South Carolina in lane 6 for this relay.
The swimmers right now are just so focused in that they didn't even hear the referee blow the whistle to get up on the block. That's how focused they are, though, before even getting on that block.
You can feel the tension in the air. We're off.
Madison, I imagine they want to get out quick here, right? Somebody wants to be fast, right?
Yes, definitely. We got off that block fast, and we definitely want to make it known to the other swimmers, hey, I'm here to race. I'm here to put the work in, and you're going to have to keep up with me if you want that first place spot.
So far, Milligan proving they're the team to beat in this 800 relay, but closely followed by the Dogs.
And throughout this weekend, I think we will continue to see that with Milligan and Union, again, putting swimmers head-to-head with each other and seeing what they can do. Both teams have really great swimmers. They have a lot of great freshmen and young swimmers as well that are going to develop throughout the next 3 years that they are on those teams. So it will definitely be interesting to see the rest of the swims this weekend.
An interesting side note to this race, look at West Virginia Tech in lanes 2 and 3 battling each other over there.
Yep.
That's really interesting.
I mean, with them, you know that they're practicing together. You know that they are over there knowing how each other swim. So that will be a definitely interesting race to see who can pull through. Will it be their A team that's going to be in lane 3 or their B team that's going to be in lane 2?
Absolutely.
Still holding that lead and extending it by about a body length. Milligan Buffs starting to pull away as they make the transition very well.
Good starts from both of them. The exchanges, again, some of them are probably going to be playing those safe right now because, again, they don't want to lose that spot. Milligan in lane 4, they have a lead. They have a decent lead, so there is no reason that they should be trying to anticipate that swimmer touching the wall and possibly putting their team in jeopardy of being disqualified for an early takeoff. So it looked like they were being a little bit more kind of held back a little bit to make sure that hand was on the wall before they left, and that's a good tactic to use, though.
So as Union's third swimmer is going to going to come up here in just a second. What's going to go through his mind? Is he right now going, oh my gosh, I've got to close this gap. I've got to swim harder than ever. What's that mindset going to be for them trying to catch Milligan here?
Yeah, the Union swimmer is definitely seeing that Milligan swimmer about a body length ahead of him, and he knows that he's there. He's turning it up, making sure that his flip turns are good, but he's definitely chasing him to where he can put that third swimmer in a good spot. And can he do that? We can see here in a little bit. He has another 50 to go before we change off to the third swimmer. And again, West Virginia Tech still in lane 2 and 3, still hand in hand with each other. I mean, they're going to stay together probably, and that one will definitely be fingertip length on who will win for that third place finish.
A lot of action unfolding between the Buffs and the Bulldogs all day long, and it continues in this 800 meter as we get a good transition from the first and the second. 3.5 minutes gone. I'll mention it again, the meet record, 6 minutes, 52 seconds.
Lane 3 is going to pull out ahead. Lane 2 had a little bit of a slower, higher takeoff there, so they got really high in the air. Not as far as they probably wanted to, but lane 3 will definitely pull out a little bit. We'll see if they can hold that or not. Milligan is building that good gap between Union just to secure that that lead for their fourth swimmer to where they don't have to worry about it. They just got to get him home.
It does feel like the gap continues to widen 6 inches at a time.
Madison, is there a tell when a swimmer starts feeling the lactic acid build up and their muscles get tired? Is it extra breathing? Is it something like that you can see?
Yeah, so it can be a couple different things. You know, more breathing, and definitely on a 200. You know, our longer distance 500, 1650s, we're going to see, you know, that fatigue and that lactic acid build up in them. They are going to start breathing more. They need more air. It could also look at they're kicking less. You know, if that lactic acid is building up in their legs and that fatigue is hitting their legs, they could do less kicking, so we won't see that water splashing behind them. And then also their arm lengths, you know, they won't have as good of pulls. Really long arms might turn to a little bit shorter, choppy arm pulls as well. A little bit of a worry with that lane 5. I don't know. I don't think he took off too early, but that was a close one for Union. I didn't see any hand raises as of yet for lane 5. But yeah, Milligan definitely has a good lead. They will bring this one home most likely.
Moving with purpose, way out in front. We're at the 5:45 mark.
They all work together to get that lead to where now they don't really have to worry about it. It's just, hey, let's get home. Let's make that finish. Let's see if we can get underneath that record, that meet record that we have there. Can we break that meet record tonight?
Union Bulldogs gain some distance in the middle of the pool.
One more 50 to go.
6:30 on the clock, 6:52 the record. Unreal. What a performance in the 800 by the Buffs. That's incredible.
And they're definitely going to get it under
Yep, there it is. Yep.
that meet record.
They crushed it.
Wow.
Very nice job by Milligan's team in lane 4.
Wow.
It was 6:47.72, again coming underneath that meet record to break the meet record. Again, I think that's number 5 or 6 for us now for our meet records broken just in the first night. So, I mean, that's definitely set the record and set the tone for how this weekend will go, hopefully for day 2 and for day 3.
just incredible talent in the pool, no doubt. I mean, it just keeps getting better. I think last year we set records. The year before, my first year here, we set records, and it just keeps happening. It's
absolutely.
yeah.
Me and Gabe were just talking about, when does it stop getting faster? Whenever I was a swimmer, the times have just continued to get faster and faster, and you just really ask yourself, will it ever stop?
Yeah. I think you just said something a minute ago that triggered me to look down the list a little bit. How many freshmen are on this list right now that are having an impact on this meet already?
It's amazing.
A lot of good freshmen coming in, and I mean, they have another 3 years ahead of them to put out some really good swims as long as they continue to stick with it and show up to practice and put in that work. I mean, they can do a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. It's incredible.
You both have a really nuanced perspective on the growth of this conference. Obviously, as the commissioner, you're responsible for it, I guess, you and JR, so that's a tough question.
I guess.
And you've watched it grow firsthand here year after year. Where's this going? I mean, this feels like it's taking off like an airplane right now.
I'll start. I'll let her answer more technical than me. I'd like to see us find another 1 or 2 swim teams in the next year or two. I don't know if that's possible for our current membership, so do we need to find an affiliate? Because I'd like this to get even more competitive, right?
Right.
That'd be for swimming in particular, that would be one of the goals that I would have.
And I would agree with you for sure, is just, building the conference. Can you get another team or 2 teams in here to make it more competitive? Can you put somebody up against Milligan that has a roster of over 50 swimmers? Can you can Union give them a run for their money? What does that look like for the future of this conference? And I mean, it's definitely grown over the years, the last couple years that I've been here, and just continuing to see this conference grow. It makes me super happy to see the swimmers coming back every year.
That's right.
Even with diving, I mean, having diving back is just awesome, and I hope that we can continue to have diving as a sport and as something that we offer here at this championship meet.
Agreed completely. Yeah. What a great first day. I'm going to sign off with you guys now. I come back over tomorrow and hang out with you guys again. Go hang some more medals here and finish up the night. Thank you guys again for what you're doing.
Coach, thanks for coming. Anytime.
Absolutely. Yep.
Love having you. Coach Bill Popp making his exit stage right, leaving Madison and I. Madison, come behind me. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Glad you're with us. We're going to wrap up our coverage. Madison, as we send them on their way, I know we already talked about what to expect tomorrow. What are your closing thoughts on an unbelievable day one? I mean, that was amazing.
Yes, definitely some really great swims today. We had several meet records broken here at the Aquatic Center. We're really happy to see the swimmers coming in and just setting that tone for the next day 2 and day 3. So I think that we have a lot of potential in the pool this year. I'm excited to see what's to come. Again, tomorrow we have butterfly, we have backstroke, we have breaststroke, and we also have 400 IM, so we have some distance event as well tomorrow. And then finishing up on Saturday, we will have some longer mid-distance butterfly, some backstroke, breaststroke, and then bringing it home with our 1650, which is a daunting event in itself. And I'm excited to see where this kind of goes from here.
I am too. Really good day of coverage. Thanks for being with me. You're the GOAT. I cannot believe your knowledge forward, backwards, sideways, up, down of this sport and its intricacies. It's very impressive.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'll be here tomorrow.
Looking forward to tomorrow. For the Southeast Sports Network and everyone in Kingsport, I'm Gabriel Schrei signing off from day 1 of the AAC Swimming and Diving Championships for 2025. Today's broadcast will be archived and available inside of the Apper platform where you viewed it for replay. This has been a presentation of Schrei Media and the Southeast Sports Network.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in.